Hey, we back in this thing. So, it's another day. I'm happy. You know, another YouTube video, and we're going to get straight into it. Today, I want to talk about something that a lot of us struggle with. It's a big topic, and it's not talked about a lot because there is a taboo around it, and that is sexual purity. That is sex. I don't know the statistic, but it's like 80% or it's a crazy amount of people in the church watch pornography and are in fornication, masturbation, doing sexual acts. Pornea is what it's called. And we're doing all these things, and church is not talking about it. Nobody's talking about it in the pulpit. So there's no conviction. Nobody's convicted on sin. And they just sweep it under the rug, it's whatever. It's whatever. If you don't talk about it, I don't talk about it. So we good, right? So today I want to talk about some things, bring some things to light. I was at the barbershop, and shout out my barber. And he was talking about his struggles with being faithful to his wife. And he was saying, like, I don't know how I could be faithful on the road. I'm a trucker, I need it like every couple days or something to that extent. And we were talking, he was saying, like, if I see a big booty, I'm gonna look. He's like, I'm a faithful man. I'm not gonna act on it, but if it's there, I'm gonna look. And that is the problem with a lot of our mindsets, because Jesus said what? He told us what? You have heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not commit adultery. But I say to you that whoever looks at a woman to lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart. It's not about the action, it's the heart. He's cheating on his wife in his heart. And I'm not saying this. I love my barber. If you watching this, bro, I love you. It's more than the outward action, but it's more about the inward, your heart posture. Jesus didn't come just to change what you do. He came to change who you are. So it is much deeper than just that. And that's why a lot of us fall short, because we can go on these retention streaks, right? Doing what's right, holding our seed and whatnot, but we're not focusing on the heart. Give us the chance and we'll commit adultery. Give us the chance and we'll do what we shouldn't do, because we're more worried about the act and less about our heart. We're more worried about the outside and less about the inside. And that's setting us up for failure. I'm like, I didn't say it, but I'm thinking, how you gonna be faithful to your wife if you setting yourself up for failure? If you looking, you see something at the corner of your eye, you go and look, you already setting yourself up for failure. Now you lusting. Now it's in your heart. Now there's lustful intent. The next verse that comes after that is, if your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out and cast it from you. For it is more profitable that one of your members perish than for your whole body to be cast into hell. If your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out. So do whatever you gotta do to avoid temptation, to avoid sin. That means in this case, not look, run the other way, do whatever to not give yourself into temptation. If your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off. For it is more profitable that one of your members perish than for your whole body to be cast into hell. Now you're vulnerable. Now you're looking. Now you're vulnerable. Now you're lusting in your heart. Now you're committing adultery. It's not about that outward action. It's about the inward heart transformation. Jesus wants us to know that it's about us inside, not what's outside. And that is the problem with retention. A lot of us are on retention, and retention is a useful tool for beginners, but that is going to ultimately fail you if that's what you're worried about, because that's just a thing. That's just something to do. That's just oh good, I'm on a 90-day streak. Oh good. Okay. But has your heart changed? Do you still desire the same things? Well, what are you worshiping? What are you giving? Like, what is your value system? Even though you're not doing it, would you still do it given the opportunity? And you think you can get away with it? And you think nothing is wrong with it? Would you still do that? So I'm here to tell you that it is better to follow Jesus, because in him, those desires can be quenched. You can look at a woman and appreciate her beauty and it not turn sexual. You can look at her and you not get lustful. It's possible. To my ladies, you can look at a man and it not turn lustful. It's all about your mindset. Our goal is sexual purity. And that is not a point, it's a process. It's lifelong. You're not going to get to a point where you're like, okay, I'm there. No, it's every day a battle, a struggle. We're always going to fight. You know why? Because we're in this flesh. As men, you're going to see something that you like. That it is what it is. You know, he wired us like that for a reason, so we can procreate. But that's not an excuse not to have self-control. I hear that a lot. Well, you can't tell me. Well, you can't. I like what I like. I'm a man. I got testosterone. I'm this. I'm that. Of course, I am too. Everybody deals with everybody likes something. That's not an excuse not to have self-control, because with Jesus we can have self-control. With Jesus, all things are possible, not in your own strength, not when you try to do it, but with Jesus, all things are possible. I don't care how much testosterone you got. Of course you like curves and everything like that. Of course girls, of course you like what you like. That ain't gonna change. But with Jesus, you can look at somebody's beauty and not lust. It was Thanksgiving a couple of days ago, and the Cowboys game was on, and these girls came on the TV, barely anything on. The cheerleaders, they don't wear nothing. And I was able to look at them and not lust. For me, that was impossible even a year ago, a couple years ago. Those thoughts would have came up in my head. Thoughts of impurity, of these desires that are natural, but I should have cast them down. It shouldn't have been in my head that long. I should have looked at it and turned the other way. Now I was able to look and not lust after God's daughters, and they barely got stuff on. That's an accomplishment. That goes to show you that it's possible, that you can do it with Jesus, with the help of Christ, because I've been praying this for so long, and I had other people pray for me. And it's because of him that is possible. Not anything not my strength, because I'm a sinner and I'm weak and I'm a mess up. Ain't nothing Jamarcus did. It was everything that he did and everything that he put in me that made me be able to not lust. I know you're struggling. I know it's hard, but it's not impossible. The devil is a liar. Don't fall for it. Don't let him trick you. Don't let him lie to you. Don't let him think that it's always going to be like that. Don't let him think that it can't change. Don't let him think that your habits can't change. Don't let him make you think that you're always going to be bound and you're always going to be addicted. Don't let him make you think these things, because it's not true. You can overcome these things with the power of Christ, not in your power. So pray and don't stop praying. Don't cease praying. Because this is a battle for your soul. This is serious. One of the easiest ways and one of his main things that the enemy uses to get God's people off track is lust. Get them addicted to porn. Get them looking for people to have sex with and make them worship other people's bodies. Make that their main priority in life. A lot of people are in prison because of lust. They can't get themselves under control. All they care about is sex. Satan knows this, and he uses that to his advantage. Don't let the enemy keep you in bondage, because he is a liar. He comes to do what? Steal, kill, and destroy. So, as I'm sitting here, I want you to know that it's possible to get out of that addiction. It's possible to get out of that, to reset your mind on Christ and get out of all of the bondage that you have been in. Hey, I love y'all, man. And I want y'all to know that we gonna keep coming. We gonna keep pushing. We gonna keep fighting the good fight to the end. And this ain't nothing to play about. A lot of people laugh and this ain't nothing to play about. Nothing.